All right, this is my third or fourth time trying to stream tonight. I really did not have anything to talk about, so I figured, what the hey, I'll put a movie on. That'll give me something to talk about. So tonight I'm going to be just talking through Skinamarink, which is a movie I'm currently working on an Ali and J video for. And yeah, I think I think doing this, I think streaming my commentary for this movie to for a public audience is going to help me a lot because the really difficult thing with this movie, uh, particularly writing a riff on it, um, it's one of those movies that, y- at least for me personally, I have really hard trouble um, expressing what it is I like about this movie, expressing what it makes me feel, why it makes me feel that, all that. It's just a really hard movie to put to words. And I think streaming a commentary for it is going to help me kind of put it to words. And hopefully one of you fine folks at home have seen this movie and can tell me your thoughts and opinions on Skinamarink. And yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. It's a hour long movie, hour 40 long movie. Blah. Hour 40 long movie is what I was trying to say. Oh, we got three viewers already. You got Cool Dude, Maya, and Jay. Oh, and Awesome Redneck. All of them saying hi. Hello, all. I'm so glad all four of you could make it so far. Um, I really am not expecting a whole lot of people to tune in on a Friday night for some nobody's stream. Crimson Kool Aid says, "Hey." Jay says it's been far too long. Yeah, my last stream I think was in December. I think December, and I was doing a commentary on the last couple episodes of Chucky season two, which was not worth it because though that season and those episodes sucked, and sucked hard. So, but I really enjoy Skinamarink. It's not a movie for everybody, um, but I understand why someone wouldn't enjoy it. But personally, I really like this movie a lot. Excuse me. Awesome Redneck says, "I love your videos." Thank you very much. Cool Dude says, "I'm working on a sculpture. Um, can't wait to see it. Hopefully, you share it on the server." Jay says, "I think it was worth it." I don't think it was, sir. I don't think it was. That Oh man, that season sucked. That season was terrible. I had to go to therapy after watching those last two episodes. Uh, I have not seen Slashers Gone Wild. Um, Jay says, "When are you going to re-upload your old videos?" Soon, or at least I hope soon. There's a bunch that I haven't re-uploaded yet. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm working on a few old ones that is like re-editing old ones. It's gonna be a Terminator SpongeBob. I think I drew a Terminator SpongeBob back in fifth grade. I think. I don't know why. Back then, I had a thing for drawing SpongeBob as different like horror slashers. I remember I drew a SpongeBob Leatherface, and I actually sold it to a kid for like $5 in sixth grade, I think. Holy cow, we got a lot of comments so far. Terrence says, "What else is Allie based off of?" Uh, oh, he said it again. "What else is Allie is based off of than your moods?" Um, Uh, I don't know. That's a hard question. That is a hard question. Jay says I like the sock goblins. I'm gonna re-upload those. Those are actually. It's funny you say that. Those are some of the ones I'm working on. Um, you have to watch it. Slashers Gone Wild. I have to find that. It's funny. I said this was going to be a commentary for Skinamarink, and I don't think I've mentioned it much. I guess that's one of the downsides of doing a commentary during a live stream. It's on Tubi. Oh, well that's nice. I have Tubi. Oh boy. Oh man. How long is this movie? An hour long. An hour 40 long. But when are you gonna watch Scum? Oh God, I that's something that I've been asked about for years. I think I really need to figure that out. I have so many freaking movies on my bucket list that I haven't even come close to even starting. Why not the Closet Monster movie, 1986? I've never heard of that one. Did you hear that Spencer's re-released the Glen doll? Yeah, I saw a picture of it, and it does not look that great. um, I don't like Glenn to begin with, at least the doll version. Excuse me. Did you make Allie Rule 34? No, but I had a friend who did once. This was years ago, years and years and years ago. God, 6 years ago, maybe. Back when the channel was first starting. All right, just for anybody who might be watching this, for anybody who's watching this later, uh, oh wait, where do I find it? Oh God. But yeah, for anybody who's actually gonna want to watch this during Skinamarink, like as my like for as a commentary track, right now I'm 7 minutes and 42 seconds in. I'm at the scene where the closet door is opening. Really, really, descriptive. I know, but oh, oh boy, oh man, I shouldn't have started streaming while I was so tired. Gonna leave the stream. I don't want spoilers. I don't think you have to. I don't think you have to worry about spoilers when it comes to Skinamarink. I really don't. I This is a movie that I had spoiled for me going in, and it did not necessarily change anything for me. But you see, that's the fun thing about Skinamarink for me personally is that it's one of those movies that the more you rewatch it, the more you pick up on clues and what the plot could be about, and that has just been so fun for me. Is really just analyzing the movie more and more and more and more. The first time I watched it, I really, the first time I watched Skinamarink, I really didn't feel much for it one way or the other. I didn't dislike it, but I didn't love it either. And that's because I think the first time I saw it, I was too caught up in trying to figure out what the plot was that I was distracting myself and incidentally, ironically, missed any semblance of a plot. So the first time I saw it, it was just meandering. But when I saw it a second and third and fourth time, and this now being my fifth time, uh, I really pieced much more together, and man, it's fascinating. I personally think it's fascinating. Oh, I missed a bunch of comments. Is Allie Rule 34 canon? Well, she's a very promiscuous character, so I guess in some sense it's canon. That's eventually going to happen to all of our characters. All I can think about is the boogeyman. I saw that trailer when I saw Scream 6. Not bad. Not bad at all. I liked that trailer. It looks kind of generic, but then again, or not generic, but cliche. But then again, it is a Stephen King story. Love him or hate him, you have to agree that Stephen King's stories tend to be a little cliche. And that's not a knock against him. That's just you know that's just the way it is with his stories. Oh, I always forget how to pronounce it. I think it's Helion or Hylian. Supersonic says hi, and sometimes I wish Allie was real, but the sweet one, not the bitter one. Yeah, it's my only response to that. Yeah, but for everyone for everyone who keeps asking me about why is Allie so mean nowadays? When is she gonna be nice again? Stay tuned. I promise you that's gonna be addressed, and I think it's gonna be epic. I hope it's gonna be epic. It's gonna be fun. That's all I know. I guess Sweet Allie won't come back. I like how that comment popped up right when I said that. That's perfect timing. But yes, stay tuned. I promise they're gonna address that, and well, you'll see what happens. You'll see how it ends up. You'll see uh, what it all leads to. I guess. Oh, Pine Sol says they have an important question. Some classic movies deserve to be left in the past. Are you a crinkle fries man or a curly fries man? Ooh. Oh, that's a good question. Ooh. I love them both, but for their own little reasons. I don't know, crinkle fries are good, but curly fries are just heavenly. There's too many home alones. I have never seen any of the Home Alones. Hey, that's funny. Home Alone. I'm watching Skinnamarink right now, and that's a movie about a kid named Kevin who's left home alone. Wow. It all comes full circle, you see. This is like the missing Home Alone prequel. I like Bad Mood Alley. I like that that's what she's called now, Bad Mood Alley. Excuse me. Why am I coughing so much? It's because I've been sick for the past few weeks, and I've just always had really persistent coughs. This Helion or Hylian, trust me, I promise. I said it like 3 times now. I promise you, they're gonna address Allie's mood change, and something's gonna happen. I can't spoil what's gonna happen, but trust me, something's gonna happen. Terrence, would Allie kill someone for a Butterfinger? She doesn't need to. She has a lifetime supply of Butterfingers in her garage. Thank you very much. Jay Goose. Oh God. There's so many live action Disney remakes. It's not even funny. Allie already killed Leif, but on accident. That's important to note. On accident. Oh man. Okay. For anyone actually watching for the Skinamarink portion of the video, which is I think a whopping nobody. I'm at the scene now where the kid wakes up, or rather gets out of the bathroom and notices the dad's not home. We're all gonna miss Leif. Does Allie prefer waffle fries? Oh, waffle fries are so good. Oh man, Allie would prefer both because I mean that's who she is. If you're asking me, oh man, I don't know. I haven't had waffle fries in years. Man, I haven't had those since I was a kid. I have no idea why Toy Story 5 is getting made or who thought that was a good idea. There's like no reason for that. I am asking these fry related questions because a man's preference for potato determines his character. I don't know. Fries are good. Fries are delicious, man. I can't pick and choose. It's like asking me to choose like my favorite child. Like if I were to have children, choose who my favorite child is, man. I love them all equally. Waffle fries, curly cut fries. I mean, how can you possibly choose between those two? It's impossible. It's by the way, again for anyone watching for the Skinamarink, I'm at the scene now where all the doors are vanishing. Oh man, I am so tired. Why did I decide to do this? Um, why did I decide to do this when I'm so tired? I don't know. Well, I do know because I was bored, but you know. Why not another Street Fighter anime movie? I've never seen any Street Fighter anything. So I can't say. Man, I got a lot of comments. It's surprising. I wonder if I missed any. I don't think I did. Whoa! Somebody outside is driving like a maniac. Oh boy. Well, what I'm probably gonna do to keep myself awake is draw during the stream. Whoa! Excuse me. It's criminal how 2D theatrical animation is treated here in the West. Yeah, because there's barely any of it left anymore. At least as far as like movies go. Do you know Vibing Leaf Channel? Anything with the word vibing in the title, I probably have never heard of. I know I keep saying this every year, but Hollywood is running out of ideas. I've actually made a couple of dang, the comments are coming fast. I've actually made a couple of other sculptures, favorite one being a zombified Buzz Lightyear. That sounds fun. There's this toy toy collectors show that I visit a lot, and one of their displays is a zombified Woody. Allie put the 69 on Jay's hat. Yeah, she made the whole hat herself. She knitted it together and gave it as a Christmas present, which I know is kind of a weird retcon, but I don't know. I like that idea that it was a gift. Watch Vibing Leaf new video. Well, I mean, I can't exactly right now. Um, it's because I'm streaming on the laptop, and then I've got my phone playing Skinamarink, which is being mirrored onto my big TV. So I can't really watch anything right now besides Skinamarink and the chat. So how old they are? I'm guessing. I'm guessing you mean Allie and Jay. Allie is 22, and I don't know how old Jay's supposed to be. I'm gonna guess. Oh man, 20. I'm gonna, 20 or 21. I don't know. He's a man of mystery. You don't know what his name is. You don't know how old he is. You don't know where he's from. It's kind of the point of his character. No name, no backstory. Well, he kind of has a backstory, actually. How about Allie hugging the screen? I'm judging by some of the comments I got on this stream so far. I'm betting there's a lot of people who would pay for a video of that for some odd reason. God. Oh man. What time is it? Oh god, it's almost 9 o'clock. Oh man. I'm gonna mess around real quick. I'm just gonna mess around with the what is this? Start a Q&A? When you live stream on, like I said, this is my first time streaming on my laptop, and right now it says I'm just messing around with the features, and there's one feature that says start a Q&A. Why? You already got the chat right there. Like, what's the point of the Q&A? They can just ask questions right there in the chat. Oh, I can add emojis, guys. I can add emojis. Holy cow, emojis. I'm gonna add a which emoji should I put in the chat? Oh man, hold on to your hats. I am going to add a I'm running out of things to say about this video. Tell me about it, man. I started this stream to talk about Skinamarink, and I feel like I've barely brought it up. What emoji should I add? I am going to add. Oh man, this is a big moment. This is history in the making, folks. Man, there's a lot of emojis. Why would you, as the person hosting the stream, put emojis in the chat? What is the point of that? Like, I could see people watching the stream, but why would the person hosting the stream want to put emojis in the chat? Why would they even be in the chat? Can't they just like talk? I don't know. You read the title. I suck at streaming. I don't know the first thing about streaming. Back in the day, back around like 2013, you used to be able to put like sound effects in streams. I wonder if you can still do that. I doubt it. I doubt you can do that. But man, that used to be a fun feature. Oh! I know what stream. I know what emoji to put. I am going to put an emoji of. There we go. Oh wait. There we go. A tree. I've blessed you all with a tree. All 5 of you. Do with it what you will, what you wish. And let's see. I know that was Ooh, start a poll. Ooh, I can start a poll for the stream. What should the poll be? Ooh, okay, okay. I know. Um, should oh, you'll see it when the poll comes in. Wait a minute. Okay, good. All right, this is one Helian. I already know what Helian's answer is going to be to this, or Hylian, however you pronounce it. There. Oh, come on. Come on, damn you. Come on. Oh, shoot. There we go. There's a poll. There's a poll for all you fine folks at home. I gotta go now and do artwork tonight. No. Now there'll only be 4 people in the chat. Oh wow. I can't even see the results of the poll. That's stupid. Somebody says, uh, I am in their okay. Somebody says that I am in their top 10 favorite niche internet micro celebrities. I don't know if I'd call myself a celebrity on any level. That's kind of a stretch there, my dude. Who said that? Pine Soul. It's kind of a stretch there, Pine Soul, but I appreciate it. Thank you. I mean, I am niche, but I don't know if I'd even call myself a micro celebrity. How do I even see the results of the poll? There we go. 4 votes. 25% Sweet Alley and 75% Bad Alley. Excuse me. Sora says sprongulus. I don't know what that means. Ah, an alien emoji. I need to find better emojis. I'm not even paying attention to the movie anymore. I'm just scrolling through freaking emojis. There. Uh there. Meat. Can't I do anything else? Like in the chat? Back in the day you used to be able to like freaking come on. Back in the day you used to be able to add sound effects and filters and stuff. I don't think you can do that anymore. That sucks. All you can do is start a poll. What? You can only start one poll? That sucks. That's so stupid. Why would you only want one poll? Why would you only do one stinking poll? What if you were doing like a 5-hour stream and you only had one poll? Oh, I guess that kind of makes sense. Why would you need like 60 polls in one stream? Oh god, it's Sir Sound. Oh man, nothing much going on. Uh, this is my. Okay, here's the deal. I started this stream to do like a commentary on Skinamarink, but that failed miserably, and I've barely brought it up. And I don't think any of my viewers right now have actually seen it, so it was kind of a weird, endeavor, anyways. But I'm having fun. I'm tired, but I'm having fun, and isn't that what it's all about? So I'm gonna see if I can make it through this whole movie. And oh, I just saw something I didn't notice before in the movie. But yeah, I am so tired right now. But I'm gonna try. Excuse me. How are you doing, Sarah Sound? It's been a while. It's been a. I can't remember. I can't remember the last time I heard from you. In the meantime, as I'm waiting for more comments, I'm going to try and figure out what the heck I can actually do. Um. Oh, you know what? I just realized. Now that I'm streaming from my laptop, I can probably have guests on here. I can probably get Star. I can probably have anybody really. Why not? I can have guests in my streams for once instead of just doing them all from my phone. Pine Sol with the fries. You and your potatoes. It's been a lot of work with my personal projects. Oh my god, tell me about it, man. Oh man, I have so much I need to do, and I'm not just talking about the show. Although I do have a lot to do for the show, for the channel. I have so many projects I need to finish, and it's getting to a point where I kind of need to tone back because it's getting to be a bit much, you know. Um, but man, are they good projects? They are so good projects, or such good projects rather. Um, so good projects. How many Butterfingers does Allie have in her garage? 6 billion. And I'm not talking about like the bite size, fun sized uh, candy bars. I'm talking about like the full sized freaking Bart Simpson sized ones. That's what she likes. Or she goes to the movies. When Allie goes to the movies, she buys the freaking bathtub sized drinks. Those freaking giant sodas. That's what she likes. It's terrible. It's God. Wow, 5% of the votes. I'm sorry, that's not correct at all. Five votes in the poll so far. 40% want Sweet Alley, and 60% want the current um, Bad Alley. That is really surprising because I get a lot of comments, not complaining, but kind of bringing that up to me is like, why did Allie's attitude change so much over the years? And I want the Sweet Allie back, and blah blah blah. So I'm surprised that the poll turned out the way it did. Then again, there's only 5 votes. It's not a lot. Diabetes. I wonder how. Oh man, I wonder how you can get guests on the stream. Oh shoot. Okay, I thought I accidentally ended the stream. I don't think I did. Okay, no, it's still going. Okay, let's see. All right, that's mute. Um, I really need to figure out how to do this. Once I figure out how to get guests, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be really fun. Oh, guys! I'm watching. Like I said, I'm watching Skinamarink. I'm coming up to a jump scare. I'm I'm gonna turn it up and see if any of you hear it. Hold on. Watch out! Jump scare's coming. I'm gonna turn up the TV and see if the stream picks. See if my microphone picks it up. Did the stream happen to did any of you hear that? Sir Sound says, "Finally, a question about Skinamarink." Thank you, Sir Sound. I can always count on Sir Sound. Really want to watch Skinamarink at some point. What are you watching it at currently? Or what are you watching it currently? Or where are you watching it currently? I'm sorry. Um right now I am watching it on not Tube, on Vudu. I bought it on Vudu. Um and I'm watching it on my TV right now. I really recommend you. Well, okay, here's the deal. I'm going to start talking about Skinamarink finally. The title of this stream. It's about time I bring up the movie. When I first saw this movie, I did not get a feel for it one way or the other. I didn't really care for it. I didn't dislike it. I just didn't care for it. I saw it in theaters. I don't know. I just didn't feel anything for it. But I think in retrospect, because I've since watched it many more times, this is now my fifth time watching it as of right now. The first time I watched it, I was getting too caught up in trying to figure out what the plot was going to be. And ironically, that distracted me from actually picking up any kind of clues as to what the plot was. So the first time I watched it, I was convinced that there was no plot and that nothing happened and so on and so forth. Upon rewatching it a second, third, and fourth time, I've really come to enjoy it. I really like this movie, believe it or not. And it's a lot of the fun I have with this movie now is picking up clues and picking up little, just little things that piece together a plot, or that I can piece together a plot from. This movie is the prime definition of open to interpretation, and I enjoy that. I love that in these kinds of movies. I love movies that don't give you all the answers. And I think a lot of the criticism, here's the thing. I wholeheartedly understand why someone would not enjoy this movie. I understand completely. Trust me, I understand. This movie is not for everyone. But I think it's unfair to say that this movie doesn't have a plot, or that this movie had nothing going on. I don't believe that for a second. I There is a lot in this movie that you can pick up on and piece together some kind of story from. And I love that about this movie. I really do. And that said, time to hawk myself. Um, I am having so much fun um, with my Ali and J riff video on this movie. That's my current project. It's my next project. Well, not my next project, but one of my upcoming ones. And I am having so much freaking fun with that. It's not even funny. Um yeah, I don't know how to get into it without spoiling it, really. the movie or my riff, but I don't think I said this. Hold on, my hair is really bugging me. I don't. Hey, it's Ross. It's Ross Paul, the actor who plays the dad in this movie. I'm going to get into that a little bit later, but one of the big reasons why I wanted to stream a commentary for this movie is because, like I said, this movie is the prime definition of open to interpretation. And one of the big challenges with writing a riff on this movie is that y- y- it's one of those movies where I personally have a lot of trouble verbalizing what it is about, why I like this movie or what it makes me feel, why it makes me feel a certain way. And I was hoping that doing this commentary would kind of help me, put those thoughts to words, and hopefully people who have seen the movie, which so far it hasn't been anybody, would go on come on the in the chat, and I could bounce ideas off of. Oh, and I was like, "Hey, Ross Paul." The reason why I did that is because I've he's the actor who plays the dad in this movie, and I've since gotten to know him really well. Not okay, no, not really well. Strike that. But I've talked to him a bunch of times, and he's a really nice guy. And he's helped me with the Ali and Jay video, and he's just really generous with his time and his creativity. Really, really funny guy. Just a good sport, has no ego about this whole thing. Just really nice guy. And I can't thank him enough for participating in my Ali and Jay video. Sir Sound says, "Sign me up. I'm all for this kind of stuff. I'm not as much an avid horror fan anymore, but I love going back to it every once in a while. I've been craving the next thing that'll make me uncomfortable and paranoid. Any recommendations?" Ooh. Well, it depends what kind of horror you're into. See, if you're into artsy fartsy kind of things, if you're into A24, if you're into experimental, um, I hate this term. I hate this term, but if you're into elevated horror, um, I'd recommend stuff like The Lighthouse. That is a movie that, that's a spooky one. I'd recommend The Lighthouse. I'd recommend, Midsummer is one of my all-time favorites. Um, a lot of people like Hereditary. I didn't care for it. I think it's overrated. Um, these are all those kinds of artsy fartsy, you know, they're not slashers, to say the least. A 50-50 vote in the poll so far. Oh, wow. The thing with Skinamarink is I can't promise you that you're going to enjoy it at all. I completely understand why you or anyone wouldn't like this movie. But it's one of those movies I really think you should give a chance. It's one of those movies, you can say this about any movie, but this is the prime example of a movie where you really have to see it for yourself. You really have to give it a chance and see if it's for you. Mhm. Excuse me. I recommend the thriller Freaks, says Pine Sol. I've not seen that one. Is that a remake of the one from the 30s or 20s or whatever it was? Because I haven't seen that one either. I really want to see that one from the 30s. Oh, it isn't. Okay, I've not heard of it. I don't know. I don't know how you could make a remake of Freaks. I guess that's American Horror Story, whichever one has all the circus stuff. I really hope, and to go back to Skinamarink real quick, I really hope you folks give it a chance, like I said, and I really hope you give my Ali and Jay video a chance when that comes out. I mean, my fans are so supportive and generous, and I thank each and every one of you for that, and I really do. I really appreciate that. But my Skinamarink thing is going to be really different in more than one way. And I just really hope you guys give it a chance. I'm gonna try and make sure it's still funny and it's not gonna be too different. I'm not gonna nostalgic. I'm not gonna make my. I'm not gonna go, nostalgia critics the wall with this. Um, but it is gonna be different, and I hope you all give it a chance. I really wish I could say more about it, but I don't know. Like I said, it seems like most of the people in the stream haven't seen this movie. So, I can't really say too much because then I'll be spoiling the movie and my video. I've heard of those films, but man, I can't read tonight. uh, hold on. I've heard of those films, but never saw them for myself. The Lighthouse sounds and looks the most interesting to me. The Lighthouse is. I just got chills down my back just now. That's a weird one. I'm 100% watching Skinamarink when I can. Oh, I highly recommend it. But again, I can't guarantee you're going to enjoy it. I can't. I really wish I could, but I guarantee you, I guarantee you this: you have never seen a movie like Skinamarink before. I guarantee you that. Um, and I hope you give it a chance. I really hope you give it an open mind. And maybe you'll be like me, where you didn't like it the first time, and then you see it a second time, and you come to appreciate it more. Sora says, "I got about three-fourths of the way through and got bored. I'm more a fan. I'm more, bleh. Man, I cannot read tonight. I got about three-fourths of the way through and got bored. I'm more of a big stompy monsters kind of horror fan. Stay tuned because whoa, another jump scare. I forgot about that one. Um, Stay tuned, Sora, because one of my upcoming Ali and Jay videos is going to be about Godzilla, the original 1954 Gojira, because that technically, at least back in the day, was considered a horror movie. And I'm a big Godzilla fan. I'm a big kaiju fan. And I really just want to make a video where I fanboy out about kaiju. So we're going to be talking about Godzilla someday this year. And I really hope you give that one a chance too. Love kaiju. Love Godzilla. Um, it's funny. I was actually watching Godzilla's Revenge the other night. I know not a lot of people like that movie, but really love Gabara. I think Gabara is pretty cool. He looks like a big. He's an ogre. He looks like a big cat with warts. And they said they got about three-fourths of the way through Skinamarink and gave up or got bored. That's fair. I mean, that's understandable. This is not a movie for everyone. Um, you know, there's a lot of movies that I enjoy that people don't like, and most of the time I can tell them like, well, I don't want to be the douchebag and be like, "Oh, you just didn't get it." But, it's always fun when I like a movie that somebody else doesn't like. It's fun when I can say, "Well, try to look at it from this point of view, or try to look at it from this angle." With Skinamarink, you really can't do that. I mean, you can make an argument, but it's really an acquired taste. This is one of those movies that just is not going to be for everyone. And it's understandable, you know. This is a movie that is realistically, it's mostly shots of ceilings and floors and walls and all that kind of stuff. Um, but yeah, you know, it's you just have to figure it out for yourself. Are Allie and Jay going to do a retrospective on the Terrifier movies? I thought about it. I tried watching the first Terrifier and I was not a fan. um, I was not a fan of the first Terrifier. Um, Terrifier 2, I guess, made a big it was a big hit in theaters. I didn't bother seeing it in theaters. I really did not. I usually try and I usually try and watch any horror movie I can in theaters, including Skinamarink. But with Terrifier 2, I just did not care for the first one so much that I just didn't even bother with the second one. And I've never seen that movie that came out before Terrifier, whatever that one was called. Um, Hey, Sammyverse is in the chat. Fifth time on Skinamarink. Yes, I wanted to do a commentary. I wanted to do a commentary on Skinamarink because I gotta be honest. This is the hardest script I've ever had to write for one of these Allie and Jay things because this is a movie that is really hard to put on paper why you enjoy it or why just anything about it really. Um, and it's hard. This is a hard script to write, and I don't know why. Um, and I was hoping doing a commentary and having people bounce off of would help me a lot with writing. Here's the thing that's fascinating with writing the riff to this video, to the Skinamarink video, is that I wrote some of the script and I realized that a lot of the script was just me proposing like theories as to what the movie was about, and it dawned on me that there weren't really a lot of jokes, and the few jokes that were in the script just felt like they were interrupting, and that is not something I ever wanted from a series that was supposed to be a riff series. So I had to come up with a better balance of jokes and you know analyzations because I don't want the riff series to just be play by plays. It's challenging. This is such a weird movie in on every conceivable fashion. What is your opinion on stuff like analog horror? Do you think it's overrated or dumb, or do you think it's neat? I don't watch a lot of analog horror. I don't, and that's nothing against analog. The few analog horror videos that I've seen, I actually enjoyed a lot. But despite that, I don't know why. I don't seek them out. Like Skinamarink is I guess by default Skinamarink is my favorite because I've seen it so often and I really do enjoy it so much. But yeah, I just not I don't know. As much as I like all the analog horror I've seen, I just don't seek it out. I don't actively go out to watch it. I can count on whoa, I thought I saw something I never noticed before. But anyway, I can probably count on one hand all the analog horror videos I've seen on in my life. Yeah. Oh yeah, because you were watching Shazam or Shazam 2. Oh man, if yeah, I do want to talk about Shazam, but we can do that. We can do that off the mic because I don't want to spoil that for anybody. The Terrifier sequel, a character who gets killed is named Allie. Oh god. I hope it's a better Allie than freaking Thanksgiving. Urban Spook is a pretty scary analog horror. The one of the ones that really freaked me out was something called oh, what was it called? Oh, I don't remember what it was called. It was so long ago. It was some kind of video. It was like one of those emergency broadcast alerts, and it was about not looking outside and not looking up, like literally like looking up. I don't remember what that was supposed to be. The back rooms is creepy. The back rooms, the photos, I guess photo. No, no, I'll say photos. Ugh. It reminds me of the freaking I sent it in the server. For any of you in my server, if you remember, I went to like an art I went to like an art building of some sort, and I went downstairs by accident, and there was like this unused like studios or something. And I took a picture and it was just ugly. Yeah, Sir Sound knows what I'm talking about. It's like some sort of emergency alert system. And the whole thing was like Sora says, was I talking about? Nope. No, it was some emergency alert system video from years ago. And it was just do not look out the windows, do not look into the sky, do not look at the moon, stay away from the windows. It was just a series of like titles like that. And it was freaky as hell. Like, and I can't remember what it was called. I'm sure you could find it very easily if you just looked it up. Pardon the pun, but it was freaky. That was ugh, gives me chills. If any of you have any any recommendations for analog horror that I should watch, by all means, let me know because I like analog horror. I just don't. I think something. Hold on. I think one thing about analog horror that I think one reason why I don't actively seek out analog horror very often is because it just seems to be so saturated by, people who think they can do it. There's a lot of very, not to be disrespectful, but a lot of amateur, you know, attempts at analog horror out there by just random schmoes who think they can do it by slapping a few filters on something and calling it analog horror. And, it's just there's just so many bad ones out there. It's just like creepypasta. There's a lot of good creepypastas out there, but the genre is just oversaturated now by a bunch of tryhards who think they know. Oh, jump scare time! Jump scare time! Let me turn it up. Hold on, hold on. That one got me in theaters too. I wish I could have seen Skinamarink at my local Cinemarink. I really wish I. What am I saying? I did see it in theaters. No, 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 no. I wish I had seen it in theaters a third time or a second time. What I wish had happened is I wish I had seen it in theaters. I wish I had gone home and seen it at home, and then I wish I had seen it in theaters after my second time, which would have been first time seeing it at home. Um, Man, I really wish. I'm really hoping, like, 'cause Kyle Edward Ball is um, doing screenings across the world. And I really hope one comes to California because I want to see that in theaters so bad again. Have you seen the one about national monuments? Ooh, I haven't, but that sounds creepy. I don't know what it's about, but I can already tell that's a creepy one. It's a genre that gets saturated and overdone, but there are some good things out there if you look hard enough. Yeah, it's just like creepypasta. It's just like slashers. It's just like, you know, all these subgenres of horror. I'm gonna pause the movie real quick just to check something. I've only got 40 minutes left of Skinamarink, so uh, Monument Mythos. Only 40 minutes left in Skinamarink, so I almost made it. Almost made it. Yeah. Sir Sound shared the analog thing I was talking about in my Discord server, and that's the one. That's the Don't Look Up. So it's like a it's a pretty self-explanatory title, but that's the one. For anyone in the stream that wants to see what that analog video I was just talking about was, just go to YouTube, type uh, EAS Don't Look Up. I actually went to one of those places too. I was at some sort of mall, I think, but it was like it had stores, but it was like built like a cave, and I took a picture of it, and it looked like liminal space. Ugh, that is so creepy when that happens. Monument Mythos. That one sounds creepy. I have to I'll have to look that up when the movie ends. The movie's almost done too. A lot of people complain that this movie is too long. I've watched this movie 5 times now. I I think it's pretty quick. Even when I saw it in theaters and I didn't care for it the first time, and this was I thought it was a quick movie. I thought it was a brisk hour. Does anyone else imagine other horror movies in the Skinamarink style, like Chucky or Michael Myers in a Skinamarink style? Oh boy, that would be fascinating. Oh, oh, oh! I never thought a movie could make Bugs, or I'm sorry, I never thought a movie could make Looney Tunes scary. This music in this moment is burned into my mind. Of course, it paused right when I said that. But this music from this scene is burned into my mind now, and it's just creeps me out. Hold on. A lot of the criticisms against this movie, against Skinamarink, are from people who say, "Oh, there's no interesting shots in this movie. It's boring to look at. There's no interesting cinematography to speak of." Well, first of all, I disagree. I think there's a lot of cool shots in this movie, but second of all, you don't need extravagant cinematography to get a story across. One of my favorite. Hold on, hold on. Let me play the music. It's about to start. Hold on. Come on, Skinamarink. Dum, 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 dum. I'm not repeating this, by the way. This is actually the movie. But there we go. But yeah, to go back to what I was trying to say, um, one of the big criticisms against this movie is that people arguing, "Oh, there's no creative shots in this movie. There's no creative cinematography in this movie. It's boring to look at." Blah blah blah. I disagree. I think there are some pretty cool shots in this movie, but more importantly, a movie doesn't need extravagant cinematography to get a story across or a mood across. Even it really doesn't. I mean, come on. People praise analog horror, and the same thing can be said about analog horror. One of my favorite movies of all time, and a movie that is renowned for its creativity and paving the way for independent cinema as we know it. A movie so culturally significant that it's in the freaking Library of Congress for its efforts in the independent cinema, scene, is Clerks, Kevin Smith's original Clerks. And that's a movie with zero visual ambitions. It's a movie with no creative shots, no extravagant cinematography. It's about the story. It's the movie gets the story across. That's what matters. It's making do with what you have. you know? So when people say, "Oh, this movie, there's nothing interesting to look at," I mean, that's just that doesn't matter in my opinion. That's just not true. My character arc is coming around to Skinamarink. It really is. I'm really impressed with how much this movie turned around for me, or rather, how I turned around for this movie. And I know some people are probably going to argue that I'm just being nice to this movie now because I'm buddies with the guy who played the dad. I promise you, I was turning around to this movie well before I met Ross Paul, well before I started, or rather, well before Kyle Edward Ball started following me. But well before that, I was getting into this movie. You know, but I will say now, knowing how cool a guys all the actors and actresses and crew members are for this movie, it just makes my respect for this movie and admiration for it all the more stronger. You know, Kyle Edward Ball started following me. Ross Paul and I have started talking much more. Uh, and he's just a nice guy. We've talked about, I mean, we've barely even talked about the movie. We've just talked about life and art and so on and so forth. If only Sammy could get me to like Megan and Nadine. Oh God, I don't know. That's a Herculean, that's a biblical feat right there. I don't know if that's possible. Certainly not by means of human hands. Would it be okay if I add you in the server real quick? I have another one you might like. That's fine. I don't understand these people on Discord that get annoyed when people at them. Like, oh, hold on. God, that's such a creepy piece of music. Anyway, or at least within context of the movie, and of course, it's been tainted for me. I can never watch that cartoon again without just the connotation of the movie. Ugh. Anyway, I don't understand these people who get annoyed when people at them on Discord. Like you at somebody and they're all like, "You didn't have to at me, man." It's like, what's the big deal? Like, why does that annoy you so much? Granted, oh God, the worst part about this movie, the knife. I'm not gonna say it because, I don't wanna spoil anything, especially for, Sir Sound, but if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about, the knife. Oh, god. Excuse me. I just been quiet. I'm just, like I'm just watching now. I can't believe this is my 5th time watching this movie now. It is, bizarre. I remember when this movie came out and people in the comments of, like, YouTube videos would be like, "I saw it 5 times in theaters, man." And I just could not fathom that, but now it's like, yeah, I very easily could do that. I have done that. Granted, uh, a lot of it was for research, for the video, but, oh, wow, 8 votes in the poll now, and, it's a tie. It's 50%, it's 50-50, Sweet Alley and Bad Alley. You know what's interesting about this movie, and I brought it up in the server. I mentioned this in the server, and it's kind of something that's um not unfortunate, but just something kind of it's going to be a challenge with this particular video, the Ali and Jay Skinamarink video. If you watch the Ali and Jay horror riffs, you know that I guess a running gag of sorts is that Ali goes over the top with gore. She draws gore just completely obscene and over the top. But the thing about Skinamarink is that, well, no, can I say that? Because that's kind of a spoiler. Oh, that is kind of a spoiler. I shouldn't say that then. Dang it! I had something I wanted to say. I will say that um, drawing the gore for this movie is going to be difficult by virtue of the context of the scenes in the movie, and by virtue of the fact that I am now kind of buddies with at least one of the actors, and it's just kind of I'm being vague about it because I don't want to spoil anything, but it would just be kind of uncomfortable if I were to draw over the top gore for this movie. What's your next most anticipated horror movie or movie in general? Oh my. Oh man. I don't really think I'm looking forward to any horror movies this year because I can't think of any that are coming out. I don't know what's coming out this year. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing what's the new Evil Dead called? House of the Evil Dead or something like that? Or Rise of the Evil Dead? It's some new Evil Dead movie. I guess that by default would be my most anticipated one of the year so far. But again, this is by default. I'm not that excited to see it based on its own merits, you know what I mean? Because I haven't seen most of the Evil Dead movies, so it's hard for me to get excited for that. The only Evil Dead movie I've ever seen actually is Army of Darkness, and I love Army of Darkness, but this new Evil Dead movie doesn't seem like it's going to be anything like Army of Darkness. But that's okay because most of the Evil Dead movies are nothing like Army of Darkness. Evil Dead Rise, that's what it's called. What did I call it? What what title did I say? House of Evil Dead? As for most anticipated movie coming up, just movie period. Oh my. I don't know. I can't think of one. I won't spoil Shazam 2, but I just want to mention that I actually did cry for the first time in it. Oh, the first time. Dang, you didn't shed a tear for Tony Stark? Ah, man. I did not cry myself, but my theater was you could hear people were sobbing in Shazam 2 at that moment. And you know what I'm talking about. And I got to be honest, maybe I shouldn't have been so foolish, but I actually fell for it, especially considering the direction the DCEU is going. I figured, oh, well, this is kind of a bold way of taking care of this is kind of a bold way of not having to deal with this franchise in James Gunn's new franchise. But yeah, I love anything gore related, says cool dude. I didn't cry for Tony. Ah, Sir Sound is leaving. I haven't gotten much sleep for the last few nights. I haven't either. Actually, real quick story. I don't know if you're going to be around to hear this, but I fell asleep. Or no, no, I was watching Skinamarink last night for the fourth time. And I was taking notes and I was, pausing and taking all these notes and scratching stuff off and so on and so forth. And I ended up going to sleep at like 5 in the morning and I had to wake up for work at 7. And I figured, screw that. I am just going to call off. So I had the day off today thanks to Skinnamarink. So, yeah, yeah. But regardless, yeah, I hope you come back. Well, I hope I do another one of these for you to come back. Um, you almost made it too. This movie only has like 8 minutes left, so you stuck around for as long as you could. So hopefully next time. Hopefully, hopefully next time. Hopefully by then you see this movie. Skinamarink, adieu, adieu. I bid Skinamarink adieu. That would actually be Oh, that would be kind of funny actually, because let me double check something. Yep. Okay. Oh no. I almost called him Skinema Sound. Sir Sound says he'll stick around for the last few minutes. You don't have to if you're really tired. You really if you're really tired, you shouldn't. Um, because you can always watch this when this goes live, anyways. But you do have 7 minutes and 13 seconds left, if that's worth anything. Skinamarinka 2. That said, I am really close. What am I saying? Why did I say close? I'm really curious what Kyle Edward Ball is going to do after this. I don't know if he's going to, oh, the phone. I don't know if he's going to make more horror movies. I don't know if he does make horror movies again, if they're going to be anything like this or if they're going to be more traditional. I have no idea. And you know what's kind of funny is, you know, I mentioned before I was having so much trouble writing the script to this Skinamarink video. Um, but I also mentioned that I'm kind of buddies now with the actor who played the dad, and Kyle Edward Ball followed me on Twitter and all that stuff. So you could imagine that, I have so many questions about this movie and I don't know what's going on during so much of this movie. And you'd think it'd be pretty easy for me to just ask them, ask the actor, hey, what did the script say was happening in this moment? Hey, what did Kyle say was going on here? Who voiced this character? What was this thing supposed to be? I could have very easily have asked them, but I didn't, because as much as I want answers, I also want to maintain some kind of mystique, you know? I think that's kind of fun to have a movie with some mystique to it. I love movies that don't give you all the answers. I love movies that keep things ambiguous. The Shining or The Strangers, or God, there's just a slew of them. Deliverance. Well, that's not a horror movie, but still. Um, No Country for Old Men. I love movies that leave you hanging and don't have answers. Sometimes that is frustrating, though. I will admit, just because you have an ambiguous movie does not mean you have a good movie. Um, I cited The Strangers just now, but that's a movie that I don't know. That's a movie that is kind of hard for me to. This. So this moment of the movie, there's no sound. There is no sound at all during this scene in the movie. And when I saw it in theaters, I was alone, save for like two other people. I was one of three people in my theater. This scene in the movie is dead quiet, no sound at all, no debris, nothing. And what was funny was that the auditorium next door was playing the Whitney Houston movie. So you have this really intense scene of, the stuff that's, I don't want to spoil it, but you have this really intense scene, and no sound, and literally, I swear to God, all you can hear is "and I will always love you" from next door, and it was hilarious. That's all you could hear. It was that it was so distracting. Do you think Kyle Edward Ball is expecting you to make fun of it or what? Because I want to know his reaction to your video. Oh, he knows we're gonna make fun of it. He That's the thing about Kyle and Ross and all these people, that is that they are such good sports about this whole thing. Like, Ross has been so generous and humble with this. Like, a lot of the ideas in the Skinnamarink Allie and Jay video are his. he he is just so gung ho about this whole thing. They are so generous and just no ego. When with as big as this movie was, you could very easily develop an ego, but those guys are just fantastic about the whole thing. So Kyle knows that we're going to be making fun of it, and he gave us his blessing, and he said, that it was all good, and as long as I don't say anything too mean, which I wasn't going to anyways, but you know, the only time I'm ever really quote unquote mean in a video is when the movie is something like Thanksgiving, and it's like one of those intentionally bad things that just ticks me off. S- Sir Sound says, "Ugh, that is so freaky. I can't imagine what it sounds like for the people watching the stream, and you just hear the movie whispering. But anyway, Sir Sound says, I got to get back to writing my own horror film script at the moment. I want the vibe to be a lot like the movies, like The Shining, or like movies like The Shining, The Strangers, Gray. That's another movie. I don't know if this is what you were referring to. Oh, cow. I don't know if that's what you were referring to, but there's this Liam Neeson movie called The Gray. It's a fantastic, amazing movie that also ends on a that also ends on an ambiguous note. Man, that's a good one. That's one that made me cry. But yeah, The Shining, The Strangers, these movies that don't give you answers. Like that's one of the scariest things about The Strangers is what was it? Why are you doing this to us? Because you were home. That is ugh. And it's true. You know, ugh. It's freaky, freaky, freaky. Trying not to sound too pretentious. I don't. I mean, as long as you're ambitious, you know. Allie and Jay, Jeepers Creepers would probably be super harsh in the back half. Yeah, that's a movie that deserves to be harsh towards. Oh, and when I say Kyle hoped that I wouldn't be too mean, I don't mean like as in you know when I say that I don't mean to imply that he didn't want me to make fun of him necessarily. It's more so he didn't want me to like use like slurs or anything. Like he didn't want me to say anything discriminatory, which I wouldn't have anyways. But he just wants to be sure, and I can respect that. And like I said, I wouldn't have anyways. But you know, Pine Sol says this is Pine Sol says this stream has been great to listen to while I'm drawing. I'm glad it's coming along nice because I really didn't know how this was going to turn out. Um, I'm glad I ended up not titling this stream. Or wait, no, I. What is the title of the streams? It is Skinnamarink commentary, right? Oh, whatever. I was gonna say I'm glad I didn't title it commentary because I haven't really talked much about the movie, like the contents of the movie therein. I've more been talking about the movie as a whole. I wasn't expecting Sweet Allie to be winning. Maybe I just like characters who aren't all goody. Yeah, that's the weird thing about that's the weird thing about my fanboys is that I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I could understand fans being kind of miffed at a character changing so dramatically, going from the sweetheart to this edgy, grumpy kind of character. I could understand a longtime fan or just a fan in general thinking that's kind of a dramatic change, but it's weird that so many people prefer the sweet Alley. Nothing against her, not to discredit those early cartoons I did. Um, but yeah, like people preferred when Allie was like that character. I think she's more interesting when she's like mean spirited. That's me personally. I've seen plenty of positive reviews for Skinamarink, and none of them sounded pretentious. It's crazy because even 28 bleh. It's crazy because even A24 movies can have pretentious reviews to them. Yeah, there was. You know what I find is that more often than not, it's the comments on Skinamarink reviews that are pretentious. There was one video where somebody was it was a not positive review of sorts of Skinamarink, and one of the comments on that video was saying, "Bruh, tell me you don't know film without saying it," or something like that. Just the punchline was, "You don't know what film is," which is beyond pretentious and snooty, and just a total douchebag thing to say. Just so condescending. And I commented on that video, most pretentious comment section ever. And some guy replied to me, uh, just saying a bunch of stuff like how I was dumb and how it was only pretentious because I didn't get it. And any movie I don't understand is automatically pretentious. He was like really just condescending to me. And I commented back at him like, look, I didn't say anything about the movie. I said the comment section was pretentious. I didn't say anything about what I thought of the movie at all. It's just the comment section is really pretentious, and what you're doing is just proving my point. I think a mix of the two would be a perfect middle ground. I think so too, and I have been trying to fix that. I don't want Allie to be so grumpy all the time to the point where she's just like Squidward or something. You know, but I think Allie is funnier when she's grumpy. I think she's more interesting when she's grumpy. I mean, there's only so many ways you can make a happy character happy and funny all the time. There's only so many ways you can make them funny. A happy character. Oh, put them in a situation that's wacky, but they're gonna be happy through the whole thing. Like you can only do that so many times. Some people have made it work though. Some people have made it work, but even happy characters like Porky Pig, for example, have had their limits tested. Oh, I think the movie's about to end. No, 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 no. There's still some left. There is. Let me see how much movie is left. There is 8 minutes left. Wait, 8 minutes? How? Wait a minute. Weren't there like 8 minutes left like a while ago? I don't. I can't even keep track. But right now, as of now, there's exactly 8 minutes left. Oh. Sammy's gonna know what this sound is. Oh, where is it? Where is it? Yeah, that's weird. I could have sworn there were 8 minutes left like a while ago. Maybe I said 18. I don't remember. Oh man. Yeah, there's a lot of jump scares in this movie. Well, not a lot, but there's not a lot, and they're spaced pretty few and far between. So that's nice. I don't think that counts as a spoiler. All right, now there's 6 minutes left. 6 minutes. Wow, I can't believe this is my fifth time seeing this movie. that it's weird. I don't know if I'm gonna end the stream when the movie ends, or if I'm gonna watch some of those analog videos you guys were sending me. I really want to know what this. I really want to know what the sounds of the movie sound like through the stream. That must be weird. Like, does it sound like it's coming out of my house? Well, it is coming out of my house, but does it sound like the sounds are naturally coming out of my house? I guess is what I meant to say. I should watch Heck, the prototype to Skinamarink. I've thought about it. I really have wanted to, but at the same time, I don't want it to influence my riff of Skinamarink. Meaning, I don't. How do you say it? There are so many readings of this movie that I want to present and I want to put forth and make fun of. And I don't want my opinion of Heck to influence my opinion on Skinnamarink in a way that perhaps wasn't intentional. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm phrasing that right. Like, I don't want to watch Heck and well, this is what I got out of Heck, so therefore that applies to Skinnamarink. You know, it's hard to say what I'm trying to say. I know I'm not saying it right, but hold on, my phone's about to die, so I gotta plug it in. Oh shoot! I dropped I dropped the TV remote and it hit the microphone. Hope that didn't hurt your ears, any of you, all four of you watching. I was leaning over to plug the phone in to charge it, and I dropped the TV remote. It bumped into the mic. Oh no, I lost two viewers. They were they were the sound of the remote bumping into the mic was too much for them to handle. That's understandable. I'm sorry. Oh man. Oh shoot. I just recommend The Back Rooms by Kane Pixels. I'm here. There's only two viewers, and it's Sammy Verse and Sir Sound commenting. So I'm gonna assume you two are the only ones. You two are the two viewers that YouTube's showing me. Hey, hey, it's Ethan and friends, or Ethan. Oh, that's nice. That is nice. I think that. Oh, still here. Yay! Right when the movie ended, too. The movie's only got like a minute and 30 seconds left. So, oh. To, Sir, oh no, I can't say that. It's a spoiler. I really hope that picked up. I really hope the mic picked that up. God, that is the creepiest moment of this movie, if you ask me. Spoilers, I guess. God, that is freaky. At least in context. A lot of people watching are probably, "What the heck was that?" I hate the Skinamarink jump scares because I can never predict them. Sir Sounds says, "I can't wait to watch this film and see what it's about. Maybe it'll help me with my own film." It is inspiring by just merely by virtue of the fact that, it's this independent film that, just did what it could with what it had, and, made such a big impact on so many people, myself included. If it weren't for this movie, I would have one less friend, Ross. I I'm grateful for that. If it weren't for this movie, I wouldn't be working on such an ambitious video right now. And that's the end. It's 14 seconds left, and it's the end. This isn't really a spoiler, but the movie doesn't have end credits, so it's over. It just ends, and that's it. It's over. My fifth time watching this godforsaken movie. I can't believe it. Skinamarink sounds a lot like something out of Lamb Chop's Play Along. It probably was. That's the thing about the song, is that it was a popular kid song back in the day. Um, and the director wanted to use it for this movie because, it emulated, you know, um, feelings of childhood nostalgia. Um, so he went with Skinamarink. Thing is, well, I don't know if I should say that. It's kind of a spoiler. Just the name of the song. I bet you Lamb Chop has sung that song before. I'm gonna look it up real quick. 'Cause I bet you anything she sang that once. Oh no, surprisingly no. That is surprising. I know it's off topic. Oh, it's not really that off topic because the movie ended. Technically, the title of the video is rendered useless now, or the stream. Any teases for No Way Home? Kind of. Oh boy. Any teases for No Way Home? Oh man, not at the moment. I don't think so. Beyond a few actors who, I don't know. One of the big actors in No Way Home, I got them to voice a whisper for the Skinamarink video, and you're just gonna have to figure out which one they are. Uh, I'm laughing now because it just context, folks, context. Oh no, it's Frozen for Ethan and Sir Sound. Oh, seems fine for me. I have dropped to one viewer though, so maybe it's Frozen for everybody, and everybody just left because it's Frozen. Oh, it's back for Ethan, so that's good. Oh, it's back for Sir Sound too. That's good. Oh, so I looked it up. I couldn't find any video of Lamb Chop singing Skinamarink, so dang, I could have sworn. I would have bet money on that. I found a video of Sesame Street singing the sound or singing the song.
Oh no, I could not possibly. Skiddy-marink a tink a boom, skiddy-marink a doo.
It's Yoda singing. Oh no, it's Frozen for Ethan again. Dang. Oh, it's okay. I was probably gonna end the stream soon anyways. I am getting tired and cold. This is such a weird song. Oh, Pine Sol says that's me still watching. Oh, there's two viewers now. I love I love how YouTubers are becoming directors recently. It's weird. It's a really weird, dare I say, trend. Um, but it is nice. And it's nice that it's people who are seemingly more deserving of such privileges, as opposed to when back then, you know, like the Logan Pauls of YouTube, the Logan Pauls who get everything handed to them and, just ugh, I don't know. All right, Sir Sound is gonna leave. Uh, just didn't get the notifications. Yeah, it's weird when that happens. I am glad to have Sir Sound here, though. He's always fun to start up conversations with, and I'm tired. I am really tired. Whoa, but yeah, I might end this. I might call it a night too. That sucks because Ethan just got here. Maybe one of these days I can have a guest on the stream. And Pine Sol's still here. I'll be sure to be more active in the server. Yeah, not a lot of people are in the a lot of people are in the server, but not a lot of people are active in the server. It's mostly me and Sammy just, gabbing back and forth about about movies. That's really all the server is anymore. Oh, Tyler says hi. Uh, or hi, Tyler. Sammy says I'm excited for Maxine coming soon. Ty West. I don't even know what that is. Well, I'm guessing it's like a YouTuber thing. I had no idea you had a server. Yeah, for a long, long, long time. Um, Actually, there was an invitation in all my YouTube video descriptions, but I didn't know until recently that they were all expired. So yeah, I didn't know you could set like a time limit on them until like literally like a few weeks ago when a friend of mine told me. Oh, X and Pearl. Okay, no, I know what you're talking about now. I haven't seen those either. Are those streaming? Maybe tomorrow I can do as maybe tomorrow I can stream watching those or just any movie. I always like streaming while I watch stuff. You know, what I need to watch is Barbarian. I'm looking forward to Tetris. That's a weird one that I'm gonna have to see. I saw the trailer the other day and I did not know how to react. That was an interesting one. It's crazy to think that Mario movie is coming out soon. God, time goes by so fast. Do you remember, like, it felt like a century ago that Chris Pratt was cast as Mario? Felt like forever ago. Everyone was flipping out and all that stuff, and then there were those leaks. And now look, what is it, like, this weekend or next weekend? The movie's already coming out. Man, that was fast. Oh man, I am too tired right now to stream anything else as far as like watching goes. Yeah, it's felt like yesterday I was in seventh grade. Yeah, I don't. It's weird, man. Time goes by so fast. I guess to go back to your question about No Way Home teasers, it's weird, man. Working on No Way Home, it's a surreal feeling because I'm back in a position where it feels like I'm in high school again. You know, animating certain characters in certain ways and so on and so forth. And it's surreal. It's a real nostalgia trip. I mean, it's gonna come out and it's gonna be kind of corny, you know, but it really did it for me, you know. Feels like a refresher from all the kid video game movies, a historical retelling of Tetris's port to Nintendo. As long as Chris Bores has a cameo in that movie, as long as Irate Gamer's in that movie. I love the Irate Gamer's older stuff. In his Tetris video, he doesn't even say the name of the guy who invented Tetris. He just says, "A guy in Russia," and it's like he doesn't even try to pronounce his name. I hope they call him a guy in Russia in the movie. Boot, I have officially turned into a bike. I can't help it, man. I'm tired and I keep yawning. Now that I watched Skinamarink and thought it was good, uh, what would make Chucky season 3 good for you? Oh man, I don't know. You see, the thing about Chucky season 2 specifically is that I could not stand how this is going to sound terrible, but how ambitious it tried to be. You know, you see those movies every now and again that are just too ambitious for their own good. Uh, they promise the moon. They bite off more than they can chew. And I think that's the case with Chucky season 2. I just could not stand how everything had to be like a twist. Everything, what a twist. Everything had to just go awry. And it seemed like every episode was contradicting the continuity of not just another movie, but the previous episode. It was infuriating, and it's getting to the point. It's getting dangerously to the point where Don Mancini is starting to uh, teeter into the realm of the likes of Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? It's starting to get dangerously close to Thanksgiving in the sense where Don Mancini is just, oh, who cares? It's all supposed to be silly anyways. What does it matter? It's all silly anyways. And it's like, Don, my dude, you were better than this. Chucky was better than this. I mean, yeah, Chucky was always a silly premise, but I mean, there was still some consistency for God's sakes. Like it wasn't, this. And just I don't know. Like I oh god, Phalus. Phalus is one of those guys I used to not like with a passion, but he has since turned around for me. I kind of appreciate his videos more these days. But man, I just sometimes his delivery is so grating. And I know that's probably the joke, but god, it's time to talk. I can't do a Phalus voice, but oh wow, we're talking about Snow White. It's time to talk about Snow White. Like, I don't know. A lot of his videos are funny, though. I will concede. A lot of his videos are fun, but man, just his delivery is just so annoying, and it's so drawn out. Like, especially videos with Lupa, or I guess she doesn't go by Lupa anymore. I guess she goes by Allison. Allison is. I do not like Allison's videos. I don't really Not really a fan of Allison as a person, I gotta be honest, but, that's neither here nor there. Uh, oh my god, when those 2 do a video together, it is like an eternity. It's like, "Get to the point," you know? Like, people dog bleh, people dog on Doug Walker for his videos not really being reviews, but they, like, defend Phalus, and his videos are just as slow. His videos take even longer to get to the point. So, I don't know, people are weird. I gotta be honest, I like this Nostalgia Critic way more than Phalus. Even after all the change the channel stuff, I like some of the Nostalgia Critic's newer stuff, but I'm a bigger fan of his older stuff. Oh man, should we start talking about that now? Should we start talking about Channel Awesome? I like Film Brain. Film Brain is one of those guys I used to really not like, but that was based only on his performance in like certain like the Channel Awesome movies. But his actual reviews, like on his own, are actually really pretty good. I've noticed this. Oh god, dang, Sir Sound is still here. I've noticed this trend. Sammy Verse says we don't make Phalus jokes, we make nostalgia. I'm surprised. I'm surprised he knows who either of those are. Only because, like, I don't know. I just never took him as someone who watched those guys. I like the Nostalgia Critic though. I do. His older stuff kind of not as much, but yeah. I noticed this trend where people try to be funny with just being quirky and random rather than actually planning out jokes like Hell of a Boss. Oh, you watch Film Brain too. Yay. I like Film Brain. I'm surprised and glad somebody else here watches Film Brain. I like Film Brain. Yeah, he was the guy that the tweet earlier today about the Shazam thing in the server. I only don't like Film Brain's Scream franchise review. It felt too high art for me. Yeah, I didn't even bother watching that one because I already kind of knew what he would say. I already kind of knew that he was going to be kind of snooty about it. I don't watch Phalus or Critic. You guys just talk about it a lot in the server. Yeah. Phalus is kind of an acquired taste. Like it just it's I don't know, just his delivery is so weird. Like I don't understand people who like say Nostalgia Critic sucks because his videos aren't even reviews; they're But then you got Phalus. You got everybody kissing Phalus's butt, and he's just as bad when it comes to his videos not being reviews. You know what I mean? Like his videos are nothing but just weird, like YouTube poop edits and I'm gonna talk like this because it sounds so stupid. Like that's how he talks in every single video. It's like if you guys think that I stutter too much and I draw things out too much, he's like 50 times worse. Like I at least try to talk, you know. The first viewings, I like the first viewings videos too. Actually, me streaming like my commentaries during movies or like with Chucky season 2, me doing that is kind of like my own version of first viewings because I like that idea. I like the idea of capturing my initial thoughts so that I can go back and watch that later for notes or whatever. Yeah. Ethan says, I like Phalus for the sarcasm, but too much sarcasm can get to you. I think that's the case for me. Like, because, I mean, let's be honest. Like, I'm not trying to knock the guy, but his videos aren't reviews. They're not. None of them are. Um, let's be honest. Cinema Snob. I like the Cinema Snob a lot. His videos aren't reviews. They're just not. Um, it's another one. Like Film Brain is the closest, or at least back then. Back then, when Channel Awesome was still a thing, or at least still had members. Film Brain was like the closest one that had actual reviews. But then again, actually, scratch what I just said because I got to be honest, I didn't watch a whole lot of Channel Awesome. I like Cody Leach, Dr. Wolfula, and 3C films. I like two of the three that you said. Um, I used to like Dr. Wolfula, but I mean, I don't know. It's kind of a personal thing. I mean, nothing bad happened, but I remember. I guess I can tell this story and not feel like a jerk, but um, years and years and years ago, when I first started the channel, I wanted him to be a guest star, and he actually messaged me back, and he's like, "What kind of voice did you need?" And I told him, and he just like ghosted me. And admittedly, maybe that's not worth thinking of him as a jerk. But you have to bear in mind that back then I was like 17 or 18 years old. I was still young. I took stuff like that personally, more than I probably should. Um, but yeah, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way that like you were somebody I watched all the time. I loved Dr. Wolfield's videos back in the day. And then like he got my hopes up saying, "What kind of voice did you need?" And then he ghosted me and I was like, "Well, you're kind of a dick." And I haven't watched a single one of his videos since then. Not one. And this would have been like what, 6 years ago? I'm a petty guy. Oh, Cuban Apple says hi. Hello, Cuban Apple. Um, but yeah, it's I don't know. Like I don't mind when I message a potential guest star or potential actor and they don't respond to me at all. I don't mind that. That's just kind of expected anymore. But when you message me back asking me what kind of voice I would like, and then you just don't say anything ever again after that, I don't know. It just rubs me the wrong way. Like you could have at least said, "Oh, sorry, it sounded cool at first, but I don't think I want to be involved," or something. Don't get my hopes up like that, man. Come on. I don't know. It's kind of petty. Admittedly, I'll be the first to admit it's kind of petty, but at the time it really rubbed me the wrong way, and I've never gone back to that channel. It sucks because um, he really does have good stuff, or at least back then he had good stuff. Um, the role that I had in mind for him was um, Allie was gonna. It's. Do you guys remember that Halloween costume video where Allie was like ranting about inaccurate Halloween costumes? It was gonna be kind of like that, but not quite. The cartoon that I had in mind for Doctor Wolfula was gonna be Allie going to a costume shop, like a Spirit Halloween store, and Doctor Wolfula was gonna be like the clerk, like the only guy working in the store. And hey, I want to be so and so, and he takes her through the costume store, and this is what we have, and she just like that's not accurate at all, blah blah blah. That was going to be the Dr. Wolfula uh, crossover extravaganza of 2016 or whatever year that would have been. Oh, Sir Sound's going to go now. All right. Well, thanks a lot for joining. It's always nice to hear from Sir Sound. That name. But join us next time. I really hope so. Good night. And don't let the Skinamarink get you. Ethan said, I wasn't expecting my Fayless joke to become a topic. Um, Nowadays, I listen to music. I find the whole film animation critic community like the plague. I don't really mind talking about it right now because I'm actually really glad you brought that up because I don't really talk about that sort of thing online. But I think it's an interesting topic to just discuss reviewers that you watch. What? It's a crazy story because Dr. Wolfila makes a lot of cameos in smaller videos. He also said that he'll do cameos only if asked. Oh, wow. Wow, guy. You are fucking. Oh, wow. Oh, thanks a lot, Wolfula. God. Yeah, thanks a lot. And you only do cameos if asked. I did ask you, son of a gun, and you didn't respond to me. God. He makes a lot of cameos in smaller videos. Yeah, was I too small for you? Were you just too big for me? God, This is gonna be the next Skull Clown feud. This is gonna be the next Skull Clown, drama. Film animation reviewers, critics just drain my creativity and motivation for some reason. I can understand that. I personally don't feel that, um, but I will concede that a lot of them, especially back in the day. Well, no, no, scratch that last part, but a lot of them. You see, I think one of the big problems with a lot of these reviewers is that They act as though everything they say is the gospel. They act like I don't like these videos or like how do I phrase it? A lot of these reviewers online have this weird like mentality that they are right, and if you didn't get something, you're wrong and you're an idiot because you didn't catch it. And if you didn't like this movie, well, you're wrong, you know. And there's this weird mentality now too, where like I don't know. I'm gonna have to put some more thought into it before I talk about it because it really is something that bugs me, and I've never actually discussed it online. A lot of them are conceited. That's a big reason why I really try to emphasize to my viewers that my Ali and Jay videos are not reviews because they're not. You know, they're not reviews by definition, and nobody should be watching them as reviews. Nobody should be watching my Ali and Jay videos looking for a review, looking for some kind of recommendation one way or the other about a movie. The main purpose of the Ali and Jay videos is to make fun of something. That's it. I'm not here to be a reviewer, and I don't present myself as one. And I really hope nobody sees me as one because I'm not. I just like to make fun of things. Thinking only your reviews are correct. Yeah, there's this one guy on. I'm not going to say his name because I really just don't want to start anything. But there's this one guy who he'll respond to other review video. He himself is like a quote unquote reviewer, and he'll respond to other review videos. And it seems like he nitpicks every little tiny reason to say, "Oh, you just didn't get it. You're an idiot because you completely missed the point." And it's like what happened to? It's like Ethan just said. It's like conceited. Like what happened to when reviews were just opinions? When did reviews all of a sudden become like this? I don't know. It's just weird. It's just a weird time. Back then, I mean, people complain all the time. Oh, Nostalgia Critic doesn't review anything. He just riffs. But man, at least back then they were having fun. You know what I mean? At least back then they were having fun and making fun of stuff and laughing. Nowadays, it's like reviewers, like it's like Ethan said. Nowadays, it seems like reviewers are so conceited and just mean spirited. Uh, Not all of them, of course. I mean, there's a lot of them that are genuine and honest, and like Cody Leach and 3C. Those guys I really do like because they're just honest videos. But a lot of them out there are just so far up their own butts. I would find a way to make fun of the lighthouse or midsummer, even killing of a sacred deer. Yeah, I think that's important. I think it's important to laugh at everything. You know what I mean? And that's something that I'm worried about with the Skinamarink video is that because when you make fun of a movie, especially on YouTube, there's like a weird negative connotation to it. Like that implies that oh, he's making fun of it, therefore he didn't like the movie. And it's like no, you can make fun of something you love. You have friends, you have close siblings, you make fun of them all the time, and they make fun of you back, and you laugh. And but I don't know. So many people these days are so not willing to make fun of themselves. Really chill. I don't see you the same way as those stuck up critics. I would hope so. First of all, I would hope you don't see me as a critic, period, because I'm not. I really am not. I'm just not. I'm a clown. I'm here to make fun of people, or make fun of movies, at least. What are your thoughts on reviewers that who give their opinions through a character? So they like exaggerate their thoughts. That can work. You know, I guess you could argue that's what Allie and Jay are. Like if you really want to argue that the Allie and Jay videos are reviews, you could argue that that's what they are. Uh, or their characters, their mouthpieces for me. You know, but you got guys like the nostalgia critic, or at least the OG nostalgia critic, or you got the cinema snob. Those are characters, and they're over the top. But you watch their real videos and stuff like that. Again, actually I kind of catered more to that back in the day. You know, like I said just now, I was a big fan of Dr. Wolfula. I like that kind of thing. I like that whole you know Um, I like that shtick. Greetings. I'm Dr. Wolfula. Like that whole thing is just funny to me. Well, it was until what happened. And now reading what Sammy just said about I only cameo in videos or if asked, and I can't. Ugh. Oh God, screw you, Dr. Wolfula. Do you still talk to or are friends with Leif? I talk to Leif all the time. All the time. All the time. We text every day. Is he nice? Yeah, he's real nice. He's just a normal guy. He's nothing. Leif is nothing like his animated counterpart. Nothing. Um, but yeah, your past ones ended up with you yelling. Yeah, I'm really quiet in this one. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's so cold. I feel like I'm talking more in this stream too. I'm talking quicker. I'm talking faster, and I'm not s- I'm not stuttering as much in this video, in this stream, 'cause I stutter a lot and I repeat myself a lot. I think I'm doing a pretty good job holding it down tonight. Hope I didn't miss any comments. The the integrity cough. I wonder if I really wonder if I were to email Dr. Wolfula again, if he would even remember me. He won't remember me. He's not gonna remember me, but I wonder if I were to ask him again, what he would say. I'm not gonna ask him again, though. I don't need to. Not now. I don't know. Maybe I caught him on a bad day. Maybe I caught him on a bad day. Maybe he was busy, but he still could have said something. He still could have been like, texting me. He still could have emailed me after the fact. One of these days, a live stream will have a guest. I hope so. because I can't remember if I mentioned this already, but this is my first stream from my laptop. Uh, I haven't. All of my streams up until now have been on my phone. This is my first one on my laptop and my microphone, and yeah, so that means I can probably have guests now, and that's nice. I don't know how. I'm still gonna have to figure that out. The cheap show drinking game. Yeah, I don't think we've said greetings and salutations in about a year. I can't remember the last time one of my characters actually said that. I need to check. I think the last time a character said greetings and salutations was in 2021. The video with all the alley clones. I think that was the last time. Just weird, 'cause before I used to squeeze it into every single video. What are your thoughts on fan films? I It's complicated. Well, not that complicated, but, I don't watch a lot of fan films these days. Um, but I owe a lot of my creativity as an adult to fan films. And by that I mean when I was a kid, I was, oh god, 4 or 5 years old maybe. There was a TV special on, I think, the Sci-Fi Channel. I Maybe not. And it was the Star Wars Fan Film Awards. I was like 4 or 5 years old, and that was my first exposure to the idea that anyone could make a movie. Because these are the Star Wars Fan Film Awards. You would see these fan films of people in stormtrooper outfits and people riding speeder bikes and people with lightsabers and cartoons. And as a 4-year-old, 5-year-old, that blew my freaking mind that normal people could make a movie. Like, that shaped so much of who I am today, you know? Uh, Nowadays, I don't watch fan films as much, but I wouldn't be who I am today without fan films, without that TV special. Man, it was so inspiring, and that's a mentality that I've tried to maintain my entire life, and I hope my viewers, apply to their lives. You know, I make cartoons with the barest of bare bone tools because I make do with what I have. That's because I love to do it. I don't care about the money. I don't care about the expensive equipment or the tools or the college degree. I don't care about any of that. I do what I want the way I want to, or the way I'm gonna need to if I want to tell stories. You know, make do with what you have. It's called the cheap cartoon show. It's not called the cheap cartoon show by accident. 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 There we go. But yeah, that blew my freaking mind when I realized fan films were a thing. And this was years before YouTube. This was well before YouTube came out. Can you imagine when YouTube started getting big and I realized, oh wow, people cannot just make movies, they can also make short films and video. It's just amazing. My first exposure to fan work was back in 2002 when I would watch video game directors' cuts, most notably for me, Sonic versus Mario, a cheap and crude Flash cartoon, but impressed 3 to 4-year-old. Exactly. Exactly. As a kid, like, I don't know if anybody that younger than you or I, Ethan, really know. Well, no, never mind. Forget what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, I don't know if anybody younger than us will understand how magical it was back in the day to see, like, Flash animations, and it was just bizarre to think that normal schmoes made a cartoon of make a cartoon concerning a topic that nobody else that you wouldn't see, like, in a mainstream setting. You would never see a movie about Mario versus Sonic, but, here's some random schmo who's put his foot down and said, "I'm gonna make a cartoon about Mario versus Sonic," and here it is. That reminds it calls back to a Kevin Smith quote that I hold true to this day, and he said something to the effect this wasn't an exact quote, but he said something to the effect of, I wanted to see certain kinds of movies and nobody was making those kinds of movies. So I made the kind of movies I wanted to see. And it's inspiring. Rip, RIP Randy Solomon, one of the pioneers of pre YouTube fan animations. Dang, Gen Z. Oh, man. Well, yeah. That whole thing is important. I really believe that. It's really important that people, especially people like us, people like artists and, people who want to create media, that we have that kind of inspiration. Oh, man. Well, oh wait, hold on. I was born in April '99, but I have fond memories of 2002, 2005. Yeah, I was born a few years before that. But I have lots of good memories from around that same time period. Excuse me. Like I said, excuse me. Um, that Star Wars fan film TV special or Flash animations on YouTube, or not on. I'm sorry, not on YouTube, but just on back then on the internet. And then YouTube came out, and that really changed everything. Yeah, when I was back when Skinamarink was actually on, I brought that up. I brought up the whole Kevin Smith thing. Clerks is this extraordinarily influential movie in the world of independent cinema. That was a movie that he made, just using what he had at his disposal. He didn't need expensive equipment or any of that stuff. He just made it because he wanted to tell a story. Because in his own words, that was a movie he wanted to see that nobody else was making. The life and times of Ethan. That would be good. That would be good. The first two clerks are so good. Can't wait to see three. I'm sorry for spoiling three in my recent video, but the movie's been out for like a year at this rate. I think, but yeah, I spoiled Clerks 3 pretty hard in the Ghostface video. But then again, I spoiled. Conversely, I spoiled Scream. What would it have been? I don't even remember. Well, I am going to call it a night. I am going to go to sleep. I am exhausted. I am freezing. I'm in the garage right now. I'm streaming my garage. Yeah, I'm really tired and I'm exhausted. My nose is starting to run. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but my voice is getting kind of getting that congested sound. But it was worth it. This was a fun stream. This was one of the more fun streams I've done. Uh, how do you not have hypothermia? Oh, don't worry. I'm well dressed right now. I've got lots of layers on, so it's nice and warm, nice and toasty. But my hands are still cold. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sammy says he's gonna stay in the server to talk about Shazam 2. Do that, yeah, because I really want to hear that, but not here though. Um, but yeah, I'm going to call it a night. I am going to try uh and stream tomorrow night. Every time I do a stream, I always say that I'm going to stream tomorrow night, but I never actually do. I'm going to try and stream tomorrow night, if not Sunday night. Sunday's going to be stressful. That's going to be the day I do my taxes. Oy. But yeah, I'm going to try and stream later, hopefully with more movies. Hopefully we can talk more about movies and movie reviewers, and hopefully I can talk more smack about Dr. Wolfula. Oh boy. Watch Dr. Wolfula make like a Skinamarink video, and he makes like all the same jokes I do, and then I have to go and rewrite my Skinamarink script, just so people don't say I'm copying him. Ugh, it wouldn't be the first time that happened. Not with Dr. Wolfula, but with just other YouTube videos. Anyways, yeah, that's the fun thing about streams, or just the interaction factor. And hopefully, I'll have a guest if I can figure out how to do that. But I'm going to go to sleep. Oh, or I mean, I'm going to end the stream. Yeah, I'll try and stay awake to chat on Instagram and Discord. But yeah, as for the stream is going to end. We got 16 votes in the poll, by the way. 75% prefer Sweet Alley and 25% prefer Bad Alley. That's surprising. But yeah. All right. Good night, all three of you. Um, uh, no, you know what? You know what? I cannot end a Skinamarink. I cannot end a Skinamarink stream without ending on this note. Hold on. What kind of Skinamarink fan would I be if I did not end my stream with this? So until next time, dear viewers, take care. Have a pleasant tomorrow, and and I really hope you can hear that. Couldn't end a Skinamarink video without this. It's not a jump scare, I promise.